What is going on, everyone? James Livingston back here again, bringing you guys my weekly update on the Forex account, what's going on there, and just going over overall the week, how it went, some things to improve on, and some things that went well, and I will say there's a lot to improve on. Definitely not my best week, arguably one of my worst weeks when it comes to Forex trading. And just trading in general, but mainly Forex, since that was primarily what I focused on this week. As you can see here, if you are up to date with how my weeks have been going, we are actually below last week's balance. And I think that the most depressing part about this is we were doing extremely well Monday, Tuesday, and even in the morning on Wednesday. Everything was going so good. And then it wasn't. So I just want to go over that with you. I want to go over exactly what happened, tell you guys kind of see the curve, the equity curve here. So let's just get right into it. So on last Friday, it would have been the 22nd. So from the 22nd, then we get to the 25th, which would have been Monday. So we started off the week doing really well. We end off last week just about 103.2, so $3,200 over the starting balance. So we're doing extremely well. Have a nice healthy curve. For Monday, we get a nice little easy $400 win in the morning, and then I believe in the afternoon we did end up getting another $400 to $500 win. So we ended off Monday at about 103.9. So we're up about $700 to $800 there on Monday. Tuesday comes along. Tuesday, another great week, up to 104.5, and then closing out Tuesday at 105. So we're now $5,000 over break even. Again, trajectory right now is looking great. We're having consecutive green days after one another. And then Wednesday happened. Now, Wednesday, day before Thanksgiving, was a tough day. I'm not going to lie. It was a very mentally exhausting day. So what happened, I'm going to tell you guys exactly what happened. So in the morning time on Wednesday, I actually had a really solid trade. It was actually I had two back-to-back $1,000 trades, which was huge. I was up, you can see here on the equity, we were up to just about 107. So we were just about $7,000 up. Total target is 14,000. So we were literally halfway to the target to pass this challenge. And then tilt happened. I've talked about tilt before in my videos. I've talked about exactly what it is, but essentially the general gist of it is when you take a loss and then you try to revenge trade. Essentially, you take another hefty loss and then it is a downward spiral. And just some backstory on these accounts. These challenge accounts have certain drawdown limits. So you have a daily drawdown that you can't exceed, otherwise it is an immediate fail on the account. Doesn't matter if you're above the threshold or not. And then they have the max drawdown, which is 7 on this fast track account, 7% of the total equity. So 100,000, I have $7,000 total off of that. So down to as low as 93,000. I could lose before the account would fail. So exactly what happened was I was up $2,000 on the day. I was at 107. I literally told my wife when I left the house that that day was going great. And I remember her words. Her words exactly were, "Don't fuck it up," or "Don't do anything stupid." Well, I did. I didn't trade at all the rest of the morning on Wednesday, but then in the afternoon, something up here for some reason wanted me to get another win. I looking back on it, I don't know what I was thinking truly. I don't know what I was thinking. One, going back in for another trade when I was already up $2,000 on the day. My best trading day in this whole challenge was Wednesday. And this just goes to show you guys that your best days are typically followed by your worst days, or your best times are followed by your worst times. So always be vigilant, always be ready. I was not ready. So what happened was I actually went in on a trade on... what was it? It was USD/JPY. So USD/JPY, I don't really trade USD/JPY at all, to be honest. I usually don't trade it at all. and for some reason I just decided to trade it. It doesn't make any sense to me why I did, but the one thing that does not make sense to me even more is the size that I went in with. As you can see, those 3 trades right here, these ones right here, are the ones that ended up ruining that trading day for me. And I have no one to blame but myself. I mean, I went in with 6 lots, which on Forex is a pretty decent amount. I went in with 6 lots times 3. So I went in with 18 total lots that I was looking long on USD/JPY. The trend was very clearly bearish. I was anticipating a bounce from a supply zone, or sorry, from a demand zone. I did not wait for confirmation, and I just kind of prematurely entered. And you can see what happens when you don't plan and you just decide to go kind of tilt off the wall. Thank God I was already up $2,000 on the account, because by the time I got out, I would have for sure hit the daily drawdown if I was still at starting balance 105 for that day. I would have easily blew it, because you can see here if you add it up, I don't know exactly what it adds up to, but it's probably around $5,000. That is just completely irresponsible of me. All that hard work that I put in, like you can see here, I had a solid trade on gold before that. Actually, I had 2 solid gold trades, and I had a very, very good GBPJPY GJ trade. So those 2 trades right there, those 3 trades on USD/JPY completely wiped my week's profits, and put me even lower than the prior week. So it was a big gut punch. But just when you think that this story can't get any worse, it does. So I did allow the day to close out. I allowed Wednesday to close out, so I would be back to having that $4,000 buffer for the next day, which was Thanksgiving. And instead of putting aside things on Thanksgiving in the morning, I decided to try and essentially revenge trade, get it back. And I think I had like 2 decent trades on gold. It was like $100 or $200 there, but to be honest, that morning, Thursday morning, my plan went out the window. Everything that I was doing good up until that day, completely out the window. I didn't have a stop loss set. I didn't have take profit set. I didn't really have a plan going into it. I was essentially full leverage, going at it, trying to revenge trade myself back up to where I was. So that was first mistake was outside of trading like right away, and especially on Thanksgiving. There's no real reason to trade on Thanksgiving. No real moves happen. The market is pretty stale. You might catch one move, but you have to be on the right side of the move. And unfortunately, I was on the wrong side of the move for Thursday, and I ended up taking yet another $3,000 loss. So that put me down to actually, what was it, I think it was like 98.9. Yeah, just about 98.9. So now I'm $1,100 under starting balance. I went from a closed high of 105, if you want to consider the fact that I was at 107 just about, all the way down to 98.9. Absolutely sickening. Absolutely sickening. The discipline to not trade was just non-existent, and it's sad, honestly. Like, looking back on it, just stupidity. At the end of the day, very, very stupid to do what I did, leverage the way that I did, and just completely abandon the plan that got me to where I was. So it's a tough lesson to learn, but at the end of the day, these lessons are what make us come out stronger. And what ended up happening yesterday, Friday, I did take a nice green day. Now, I will say I was extremely close to blowing the account. I'm going to be completely 100% honest with you guys and transparent. I was still slightly revenge trading there on Friday morning, trying to get myself back at least to the $100,000 buffer, to essentially just clean slate, come into this week coming up, and not be in drawdown right away. And that was what I was trying to do. I forced it, and I shouldn't have. I'm not gonna lie, I was probably like $300 away on Friday from losing this account. Just stupidity again, just complete and utter stupidity on my end. Again, even though Friday did close out really good, and we actually closed out Friday $1,800 profit on the whole account. So you figure from the 98.9, that's actually roughly a $3,000 day. But it's not. It wasn't. I'm not proud of Friday, I will say. I'm not proud of it at all. The trades that I took, the amount of trades that I took was unhealthy. I had one solid trade essentially from NAS100 that put me essentially where I'm at right now. Let's see if I can find it here. Yeah, right here. So these trades right here on NAS100 took a long. Thankfully, we got a really solid push on it, and I got a nice. Was about 40 to 50. If I would have held it just a little bit longer, I had a TP at 20,910, and I prematurely closed it out because, again, I was just fearful because of the way that the account was. I just wanted to realize profit and put myself in an equitable position. So outside of that, then I kind of scalped a little bit for the end of the day to get myself up to that 1,800, and that is where the account sits currently. But I just want these videos, I want to be as transparent as I possibly can with you guys. Like, if one day I blow this account, you guys are going to know, because I want to be transparent. I want to let you guys know what's going on and what not to do, essentially. This curve right here, for me, is disgusting. This is just bad habits trickling back in, and I need to go back, review strongly this weekend, and get back to exactly where I was and the strategy that I was following moving forward. So I will be putting out another video tomorrow, most likely, going over a couple of ideas I have for Forex this week, because I am going to look over the charts, try and see if I can figure out some setups that I'm going to keep an eye on. And obviously, if you're in the Discord, you'll know about them first. I'll call them out as I see them. But yeah, guys, I hope these videos help you guys. Hope you guys understand that you're not alone, that this is very much something that everybody goes through, unfortunately. And I just want to be as transparent as possible to let you guys know that if you are going through drawdown, you can always get out. You can always get back to it. The proper way for me here would have been to just continue to follow my plan and get myself slowly out of drawdown. But I did end up rushing it a little bit, and thankfully it worked in my favor, but it's still bad practice what I did on Friday, so need to learn from it. And yeah, just get better. Just follow the rules. Follow exactly what got me to that almost 105 before. Sorry, almost 107 before, because all through this curve here, I was following my rules to a T, taking losses when I needed to, and riding out my winners just like I should. So need to get back to that. But nonetheless, guys, hopefully you guys do appreciate and respect the transparency. I want to be as transparent as possible. If you did, leave a like on the video here. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Subscribe if you are new. And, of course, if you want to get started in the Forex market with myself, FunderPro is the prop firm that I like to use. I think that they are amazing. Daily payouts, all the assets you could want. Trade Locker is a phenomenal platform that they use. And they will be coming out with futures shortly. So yeah, definitely check them out. Hit the link in the description. Also, if you're not a part of a community, Alpha Stocks Lab, hit us up, comment down below, let me know what you guys are thinking, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.